Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the It's Pizza Time podcast. I am your host, iNDiGO. Today I'm joined by my co-host, Victor,
It's good, guys.
my co-host, John,
Hello.
and our very special guest, PYRO.
Yo.
So, for everybody who doesn't know who PYRO is, would you like to explain a little bit who you are, what you do, all that good stuff?
Yeah, my name is PYRO. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I make Riddim, but I've been down like a really big path of like making a lot of different genres, but I'm like sticking with Riddim right now. So that's what like I've just been making most of the time and DJing, but I play other stuff too, but I go with Riddim.
All right. I mean, that's a good answer. So you'd consider yourself a rhythm artist over like
Yeah,
anything else?
yeah, for the most part, yeah, that's like the sound I'm going for like the past year or so. I might branch out and drop some other stuff later on, but I don't know. Most of the time, I fuck with the rhythm stuff.
All right. I gotcha. All right. I'm gonna go right into the precursor question, which I ask everybody on the show. But
Yeah.
what is your favorite kind of pizza?
Ooh. I like the square pizza, like where it's like like squared out. I don't know, like the classic pizza is good, but I like the square with pepperoni and bacon and jalapenos, mustard, onions, and
Mustard?
tomato. I mean, did I say mustard?
Yeah.
Onions? Why? I don't know why I said mustard. Okay, bacon, jalapenos. Oh, mushrooms. Mushrooms.
Okay. I was about to say like
Yeah, mushrooms. I don't know why.
I wasn't sure if you were like
Nah,
fucking on a plane of existence that it's like I
yeah,
just haven't reached yet.
It's like
yeah,
some
for
cursed
real,
pizza.
like the
Oh
forbidden
my
pizza.
god, what
Mustard.
does it taste like?
No, you gotta try it.
I feel like it wouldn't taste that bad.
Yeah.
Probably would taste pretty good.
I'm not a fan of mustard like in general, so I don't know if I would like it, but maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm gonna try it though. I'm gonna be like, yo.
All
Put
right.
mustard on my pizza, please.
You let me know how it is, and I will like take that knowledge.
I'll post it on Instagram. I'll tag y'all and be like, yo. We all came up with this new idea. Mustard on pizza.
Like mustard on pizza, would it be like with marinara sauce, like with the sauce, or would it be like drizzled on top, or would you like replace the marinara with mustard?
No, you would not replace it. Hell no.
I can't do that.
Just cook it with like the cheese over mustard.
I have a friend who drenches his sandwiches in mustard. Like drenches it in mustard. I don't know how he could do that. I can't even mustard.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like what's the superior condiment? I need to know from each of you. I don't know this from anyone, but like what do you guys think is like the superior condiment? Me and my sister argue about this all the time. So
I'd say ketchup just because of how versatile it is, honestly.
Yeah, for real. Ketchup is like superior and like it might not be like the best tasting one if you like really think about it, but
You literally can put it on anything.
so many things and that's why it wins.
Yeah, hot dogs, fries, literally anything.
I feel like for me it's like if you compare ketchup and mustard, ketchup wins. Personally, I like barbecue sauce, but
I think
barbecue sauce is good. I don't think
John,
you can put it on anything.
what about you? You're being really quiet. I'm scared you're gonna say mustard.
No, I would go for like, cause I feel like ketchup. That's something everybody would probably enjoy. But like, I would go for more something spicier or like maybe barbecue sauce. But I mean, mustard's good too, but like, not in like huge doses. You know, like not when you put like so much inside. I mean, like a bit of it's cool.
Yeah, I feel like I would rather have a spoonful of ketchup than a spoonful of mustard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I I had someone tell me that Dr. Pepper is just barbecue sauce carbonated.
I don't think that's
I've
true.
seen that, but
Yeah, right.
I honestly haven't even had one in a while, so I can't even tell you.
No, I drink Dr. Pepper religiously.
Really?
Dr. Pepper's a great soda. Like honestly, it's
Are y'all
fucking, huh?
are y'all so y'all are based out of where?
We're in Los Angeles.
All of y'all? All three of y'all?
Basically.
Yeah. Like John is in like the neighboring LA, but it's basically still LA because Anaheim is just LA. Basically, it's not. No one cares about Anaheim.
Dude,
I
we're
feel
trashed.
I
Besides
think I
Disney,
did.
we're like irrelevant.
I'm okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I've been to Anaheim, but I've been to Los Angeles one time, and that was it. But
What'd
it
you
was
think
like
of it? And like, where'd you go?
I thought it was sick. I went to Universal. That was like I didn't like it honestly.
Yeah.
Like I was pretty bored the whole time. I was like, just
Yeah,
walking.
like I mean, most theme parks here are usually like packed to the brim, especially like Universal and Disneyland. It's like you just spend most of your day waiting in lines, and it's like, all right,
Right?
cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get on the ride, and it's like not even like a roller coaster. It's like super
Yeah,
fun stuff. Like oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I personally don't like roller coasters, so it's like it's fine for me. But it's whenever, yeah. I mean, we had like there were some times like where our school would like, or I used to be in like an orchestra in middle school, and we would go to like Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland, like with the orchestra, and I would just be the kid. Like we would play our instruments, and then I would just be like walking around for like 8 hours, like for the rest of the day. Like I literally could not do anything because I was just like I hated all of the rides.
What's funny is
So
like I was in orchestra as well, and we went to the same middle school, but I was a grade older. So when I was in orchestra, he wasn't even at the elementary yet, or he was still fifth grade. For us, middle school was like it started sixth grade till eighth grade, and I did orchestra when I was in sixth grade. So when Marco was in fifth grade, that's when I was in orchestra, and I honestly don't even remember the fucking trips at all. The one thing I do remember is going to Six Flags once, not liking it because I think I was just too young to like really experience all the roller coasters. But in terms of like Universal, I feel it's kind of trash compared to like Disneyland.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you kind of have to like the shit in Universal to really go.
yeah,
Like
it's more of like a thing based on them. I mean, kind of like Disney. It's like you won't really be too much of a fan of Disneyland if you're not like a fan of anything Disney related.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess
But they also have that California Adventure Park, which has like I mean everything is themed
Pixar and
Disney,
all that.
but at least like the Incredicoaster, you can go on that thing like seven times like I did last time, and it's fucking fun as fuck. But even if you don't care about Disney, like I haven't even watched The Incredibles 2, but I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, Universal, it's very like movie centric. A lot of it's like, a lot of the rides are kind of like digital also.
It's not
yeah.
fun.
It's like I know the Simpsons ride, I'm pretty sure is like just like something where there's like a screen,
I
but
didn't
it's
even.
just like a simulation or whatever.
I like going around like downtown and like walking around the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That
Mhm.
was like a whole experience. That was like so different to me. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
What did you think of it? Because
It's crazy compared to Texas. Like San Antonio is like a lot of hill. It used to be hill country, and now it's like hill country mixed with like I don't even know. It's like really green though. A lot of greenery and like a lot of like Mexican culture.
Mhm.
So like in the city downtown is not even that big at all. At all. Like it has a few skyscrapers and they're not even skyscrapers. They're like 30-floor buildings. And we're like, oh, it's so pretty. Like people take pictures of the skyline. I'm like,
Right.
it's not even that like not even close to whenever I went to LA. As soon as I went to like I took an Uber there to the Walk of Fame, and I was like so many people. There was like it's crazy. It was crazy. There's people like so many like street performers and stuff.
Yeah.
I recognize some of them. I've like seen some of them on Instagram. I was like, yo, it's sick. I did the TMZ thing too. That was okay too. Like we didn't see any celebrities, so it was alright. I went to the
Oh, you
also
mean like those like city, like the buses?
yeah, like the TMZ
Oh,
buses.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went on one of those, and that was like okay. I don't really remember anything. We drove like by Hollywood, but it was like all under construction at the time. Like all the nice houses were like all under construction. So,
Mm.
and then I went to the Alpha store, and that was it in
Yeah, I've
China.
never actually been there yet.
Me
I
neither.
really want to go.
We gotta
Really?
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick. It's actually really cool. They have like a bunch of Alpha stuff there. They said that Skrillex is there all the time. Like he just skates outside and just chills. Like he doesn't even like worry about anything. He just brings his dog and rides around
That's
outside. I was like, yo, I wanna.
yeah. Where is it?
Yeah, I was like, where is he? I met High Key. He's a DJ on Alpha. I think he's not like I don't know if he's like officially signed or anything, but he works at the store also.
Oh, it's like deep in like downtown
Yeah,
almost. It's like by
yeah,
the Dodger Stadium.
it was cool. It's a cool little stop, little shop. It has like a bunch of like turf grass and like a bunch of letters that spell Alpha. It's like really cool. They have a neon sign. It's nice.
So
Yeah,
is he one of your like inspirations in terms of just your music?
oh, bro, I found so like how I found electronic music was in like fourth grade. This girl showed me Skrillex, like literally Skrillex. She showed me him, and I was like, this is weird, but this is really cool. And I took it home and I like downloaded it on my iPod and I listened to it, and I was just thinking like I need to figure out how like who this guy is, what he looks like how does this even work? What is this? I didn't comprehend like how something like this is created. So I just looked him up and like it was back when Skrillex was using a drum machine. Like he was using this like silver um I don't even know, it's like a M audio like drum machine and like a mixer and one CDJ. And so that is confusing in itself because
Right.
that's not even the standard. So I would just think like I thought he was like making the music up there live. You know, everybody initially kind of thinks that the DJ is like making the music on stage, and
Yeah.
I just like started digging deeper and deeper and found like the Bangarang EP and like all that type of stuff and the My Name is Skrillex EP and like oh my gosh, fell in love. Watched all the Skrillex in South America, Skrillex in Mexico, Skrillex in Miami. He used to make like tour vlogs before it was cool, like way before all these compilations and stuff where DJs would bring like photographers and videographers and like make after movies and stuff. He is the one who like revolutionized that, and I just like ate that up. As a fifth grader, fourth grader, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. And yeah, and then in fifth grade, I was convinced my mom to buy me like a little mixer that was like this big, and it connected to my iPod Touch, and I would just download like Skrillex songs that were the same tempo and would just like make mashups like with the crossfader. Like it would be like uh, Breaking a Sweat and then like Right In by Skrillex, and they were like the same tempo, and I would line them up like how you would do a chop, and I would just like go back and forth.
That's great.
Yeah, I
And
just did that for a long time.
yeah, like then what is it that got you like interested in actually? I'm assuming like Skrillex and played a big role in like getting you interested in making music, but like what was it that got you interested in making rhythm specifically?
I found rhythm in like eighth grade. Um, I'm supposed to be a senior graduating high school, but I left school junior year, and got my my diploma at home. So I'm already graduated. I graduated in 2019. I was supposed to graduate 2020. So that is like, Wilson. Hey,
Yeah.
he's calling you. He's calling me right now.
Yeah, but the answer.
I already declined it. Hold
Ah,
on.
fire. Answer. Get him on.
Guest.
The reappearance of Hey.
Hey, you're on the Pizza Time podcast. Here.
Yo, what up, Hey?
Yo, what's good? How are you guys?
We're good, thank you.
We're talking about I don't know. We're talking about dubstep and rhythm and stuff and pizza.
Of course.
The usual.
No, naturally, yeah.
So
What are you
what's
guys
up?
gonna do? Some swamp stuff. We need some sets at the swamp.
Oh my gosh. Well, we wrapped up a tune for the swamp, so we literally just wrapped up a tune like yesterday. We finished the song. 2 days ago we finished the song completely. So now we have a collab, PYRO X.
Okay.
Finally, the first every time we've done a collab, we've done like the Slop Shop track, and then we did Sheep, and then we've never done like just us two. So now we're finally gonna do it. But it's like very, very we posted a clip on Twitter actually, but other than that, we're gonna like try to keep it all secretive. Drop
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know. When are we gonna drop it? Eventually.
I'm thinking like August, September, somewhere in there.
It needs to be the tune of the summer.
You have to wait for next year, bro. My summer's already full.
We'll figure it out. But yeah,
I'm hyped to hear it.
what's up? You wanted to play Warzone or something?
Are you on the podcast or no?
Yeah,
We're recording right now, Hey.
Yeah, I mean, let's run some Warzone. Let's talk about pizza. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go though, so you can wrap that up.
Okay, bro. Yeah, call me later.
All right, later.
Okay, all right. Peace.
Bye, Hey.
Mans looks like he just woke up out of a nap or something. So, I don't know.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, let's play Warzone. Let's play something
So that's the first time we've ever had a surprise guest.
Right.
Nice. So yeah, Riddim, 8th grade, I guess. Yeah, I listened to 12 Planets EDC Las Vegas 2016 or 20 something mix. And he was playing a lot of rhythm, a lot of underground stuff. He was playing Jotaro before that song was super big. He was playing that one song by Chibs. I don't even know what it's called, but it's really, really good. But I just fell in love with that sound. I was like, yo, that is sick. And
Chibs
I
is
need to figure
fire.
out creative. Huh?
Chibs is fire, so
Oh, Chibs is so good. Oh my gosh. I was gonna do a remix of one of his songs for the Disciple remix competition, but so
crusted
many
jelly.
people. Yeah, but so many people are doing. I'm plugging in my laptop quickly. It's at 28%. I didn't even realize. I need to get a PC. I'm on Mac. Sorry if that's offensive.
I'd say hey, I'd say you should do you should use whatever you're using. You shouldn't feel ashamed for using Mac or PC.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people out there that use Linux as an operating system, so that you do you, I guess.
I haven't actually met a person that actually uses Linux. They always use Linux, but they have it booted in a separate thing. They use PC or Windows for the most. Yeah, exactly. You use Linux for very specific things.
Yeah, I
I
don't
know
think
you
there's.
guys don't have this in California.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we
No.
definitely don't have Texas
Texas.
spring water in
No.
California.
I know you're jelly.
Do you guys get Arrowhead out there then? Arrowhead water? Or is that like California?
I'd
I
assume they
guess that's
do,
the same thing.
because I think like Arrowhead is like a big distributor.
No, I don't know, bro. I have no idea. All I drink is Texas water.
As
Nah.
you should.
Yeah, for real. No, Texas has a lot of pride. Everybody in Texas is so like America, but like almost like that for Texas. Everybody treats Texas like it's its own country.
How are the barbecues out there?
So good, so good, so
It's
good.
like, yeah. If I ever go out to like Texas, I would like to go to like a typical Texas like style barbecue.
There's
So I
this
feel like-
place called Bill Miller, and it's like a Texas. I think it's a San Antonio. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and it's like a San Antonio only restaurant. And it's so good. I had it for breakfast. Yeah,
Damn,
they
for
have,
breakfast.
okay. Yeah, let me correct myself. They sell breakfast tacos.
I
So,
see.
Yeah,
It's a
okay.
breakfast
So
taco.
a breakfast taco. You know, y'all don't have breakfast tacos. Breakfast
Is-
tacos are the best. It's like
What is it though? I've
Like,
never
we got like
had
breakfast
that.
burritos, but I haven't heard
Yeah.
of breakfast tacos.
breakfast taco is like potato, egg, cheese, like barbacoa tacos,
Sounds
carne
good.
Oh,
asada
I'm
tacos.
hungry. Fuck.
Like anything with potato, egg, anything with like egg or potato, and then like Mexican, like Hispanic type of like tacos. They're so good.
Bro, you're making me
Yeah,
hungry.
sounds-
Mexican food over here and barbecue. That's like the best type of food over here.
Yeah.
Everything else, trash.
Okay. Kind of like somewhat on topic, but mostly off topic question. How do you like your steak cooked?
Bro, honestly, whenever I go to restaurants, steak is not even on my top 10 choices. I don't
Okay.
even,
But
I'm
like, if you had to, how would you get it cooked? It's a very important question.
Straight raw. No.
Raw, straight raw. Actually,
No.
I get my blue raw.
Really?
No, blue rare. I actually do. Like no
medium
joke.
rare.
Damn.
Yours blue, bro.
I do
like-
medium rare, yeah.
Medium's good too, but please don't say well done.
Yeah, don't.
Okay, so
don't-
medium. Okay, so it goes well done, medium rare, and then raw.
Blue
I
rare.
think that's the order it goes in. Well done is like cooked all the way through, and then blue is like almost raw.
I can't.
Blue's pretty much raw. It's like-
I know someone that almost eats it like that. Like he always posts on his snap like, "Does this make you mad?" And he like cuts it open, and it's like pink. And I'm like,
Jeez.
oh my gosh, the knife just like slips. through. You're
Yeah,
basically
man.
steaks.
Bruh, I couldn't do that.
I mean, rares. I don't know. I feel like rares was just good for me. Like I used to try like medium, and then I found out about rare, and then I enjoyed it, and then like later on I found out about blue rare, and then I tried it, and then that's just how it pretty much is.
I don't
Bruh.
like how rubber steak is. I like how rubbery it is. Like I don't like
Yeah,
it.
it depends on like definitely depends on
How it's
Your
cooked and
taste.
shit like that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that you're just not a well done steak guy, because well done. I know people who enjoy it well done with ketchup, and that is absolutely sinful and disgusting. And it's what the fuck? It's
Yeah,
the worst.
It's like charcoal or something.
Yeah, I've never even like I don't even think I've tried it, so I don't think I will.
I
think
don't.
I've-
Yeah, I don't think I want to like have that. That's just.
I'll definitely try it. You
I
gotta try
did.
everything.
LA. I did eat steak in LA at that outside restaurant, like that outside mall on the Hollywood Walk.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that mall? Is cool. It's like underground and stuff. Like kind of underground. Like it's like an escalator and like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
on the top, and then like there's like tons of floors down.
That's where like David Buster's is. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And like there was like a steakhouse there too. It's pretty good though.
They have like crepes there too. Crepes slap.
I want to go to LA again so bad. I might actually have like something that there's like something that might happen, but it's like not for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, I might be.
If anything, try to get some shows out here, right?
Yeah, I know. I know
Hell yeah.
Rail Breakers. It's like they work in LA. If y'all know who Rail Breakers is, it's like the label. They also like do
Yeah.
shows and they're like their collective merch, like website, all types of stuff. And like I've been working with them recently. Like I just did a mix with them, and then I'm also about to do some more work with them. Like I don't know how, like what they're doing on announcements and stuff. I know they're supposed to announce something in like the next few weeks. But I'm gonna send something for that, and hopefully later on, when things get back to normal, we can do something. That might be cool. If I'm gonna go to LA, it would probably be with Rail Breakers, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you do a show out here, like you could bet your ass that we're gonna come and like throw down.
We'll be in the front.
I mean, I haven't really done a lot of. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff in Texas. But Texas is huge. You can drive for 12 hours and still be in Texas. Like seriously, you can. Texas is huge, huge, huge. So I've done like some stuff in like in El Paso and in San Antonio and Austin and Houston and Dallas and stuff, but I haven't really ventured out much out of state. But I think that if I were to go out of state, it would be to California or to Canada. One of those. Canada is also, oh my gosh, I want to go to Canada so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of homies out there.
Canada's pretty fire, actually. I went there once, like, and I didn't even go to like Canada. I went to like Montreal. I went to like French Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, which
that's
like arguably is like a completely different place.
Honestly, yeah. I probably would be going to Montreal, honestly, or Ottawa. I know there's a crew and a collective called Sweeties, and there's like all the boys. So I think that if I were to go to Canada, I would probably want to do something with them. But it depends. Shit needs to go back to normal. They were talking. I mean, not Sweeties, but some of the Sweeties want to like bring me out there or something. I think that would be sick. I want to bring them out here too, but you really can't predict anything right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Sucks. Yeah, for real. I was about to play my first fest in April here in Texas. It was called iNDiGO.
Oh,
But
you were gonna
Oh, Abu yeah.
I know. I was so excited. So excited.
That sucks. Well,
Yeah.
it's like a bigger festival coming up too.
Yeah. And now they're doing iNDiGO. It's Freaky Deaky, and Freaky Deaky is another big festival in Texas, and it's run by this company called Disco Donnie, and Disco Donnie runs like all the big shows in Texas. So, like the big like paint parties that they have, like those huge festivals where they shoot out paint, like those types of fests. They do like the Foam Wonderland type of festivals. They do all the big events. They've brought Excision. They've brought a lot of people. Mastodon. But yeah, so Disco Donnie runs Freaky Deaky, and so they just combined the festivals for October. So it's iNDiGO gets Freaky Deaky, but I'm not on that lineup. I think I'm getting it scheduled for 2021.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think like the October one is gonna like see
Even go down, right? Yeah, I'm kind of. I don't want to like discourage anything, but
yeah,
the numbers are going up. So
I know. I was at a drive-in show yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
What was that?
Like, yeah, it was sick. It was house music. So it was like Cosmic Gate. I mean, it was like trance music, but the person who I took the person who was with me was Blaze, but he has a alter alias Blase, and he makes house music under that alias. But he's like killing that house music for real. Like he is doing really good, and it's already opened up for like Steve Aoki and PYRO. And like that, his first like real Blase show was Steve Aoki and PYRO.
Damn.
So it's like he's gonna be up next in the house scene too. It's like pretty crazy. That man's a machine, Blaze.
Yeah. Speaking of Blaze, like how did you like come to like work with him and Hey? Like how does like Slop Shop and Sheep come to like fruition?
Yeah. Okay, so I've known about Blaze for a long time because Blaze has a name in San Antonio really well with like the community because he also owns, or he doesn't own, but he used to run a label called Maxed Out, and Maxed Out is also they also throw shows, and so they've brought like Dirty Phonics and JCO. They've brought um, Blood Thinners. They've brought Dev. I don't know if you know who Dev is. Dev is like the homie. I love Dev.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, y'all should definitely check him out, aka Dev, like D3V. So
Okay.
he's so sick. He's out of Florida. But anyway, so Blaze, I've known about him since I was like 12 or 13, and that's when I started producing when I was like 12. So I like found out like, yo, there's producers in San Antonio, there's producers like in Texas, like that's pretty cool. These are like the guys that are like I looked up to them like gods. I was like, oh my gosh, like they're the coolest people ever. And I just would like message them, you know, I was making Big Room House at the time. And so were they, honestly. They were making house music too. They were making like not house but like Melbourne bounce, you know, like that type of like boom, 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 like bouncy type of like Martin Garrix, like Timmy Trumpet type of music. And I don't know, we never like texted much. I would just tell him like, yo, that's sick or that's cool, and he would post like him going to shows and venues, and I was like really young. Like by the time like I had him on Snapchat, I was like 14, and I would just be like, yo, this is sick. Like these shows are so cool. Like I need to like figure out how the heck like how do you even like find out about this stuff because I haven't. So I would like message him and like we would just like text here and there, you know, like not really often at all. Like I didn't really want to bother him, and I was young, so I didn't really know how he was at all. But once I was like in like once I got into high school and like started making Riddim, I saw that he was making dubstep, and I was like, yo, the dubstep that he's making is like really sick. So I messaged him, and he was like, yo, we should like collab or something. I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm super down. And then we never got to it like at all. Like a year passed and we didn't work on it. Like I don't even know how. Like I just was young. I was like 15 at the time, and I don't even know. I just got caught up in like school and life, and just like wasn't really focused and like wasn't like on my like I want to do this and I want to like I wasn't taking it serious like as serious as I should be. But then like I came around and started like making more and more music, and like he actually was like, yo, that song is dope. And I was like, oh crap, bro, like what's up? How are you? Have you been? Like I'm still down to work on that track. Like I'm actually trying to take my music seriously right now. Cause before that I was just making music and learning, and like I had Christian in front of my name, so I was going Christian Pyro under like house music and stuff. And so like I switched to Pyro and was like, yo, I want to like have a set brand, and like I want to like really take this seriously. And that's like when he messaged me, and he was like, yo, come over to my crib and like we can make a tune or something, like just hang out. And I was like, yo, like I've
That's
done this.
wild.
I've like been like a fan, you know, fan of his for a minute. And I went to his house. I was like 16, and we made the song Flames. And literally the first time I hung out with him, we made a song. and I was like developing like a sound, and I was like working on like getting a stamp, and he like really like helped me feel comfortable with it, and it was like, yo, you need to use that sound in this song, and like we can like really like make something cool. And so we just sat down and worked on it. And that night he had a show, or he didn't have a show, but Maxed Out had a show, and he works with Maxed Out. He's like co-founder. So that night, Dev was headlining with Bainbridge, and so at this venue, and I was 16, and I was like, "Yo, what?" He was like, "Yeah, I don't know if you have a ride home or anything, or if you want to come with us." And I was like, "You talking about me coming with y'all, like to the venue, like to go see a show?" Like he was like, "Yeah, bro, let me see if Nate," and Nate is the owner of Maxed Out, and he was like, "Let me see if Nate is down and like see if we can get you in the venue." And the venue was like 18 plus, like it's a nightclub and stuff. And Nate called, and he was like, "We should be good to go. Just walk him in at the door and say like he doesn't have his ID and just X him." Oh yeah, this is about to be like a sick night. Like I've never been to a show. Like I've been to a show one time, and I was 13, and I saw Zomboy and Keizo, and I was with my dad. And other than yeah, no, that was a completely sick show. But this was like the first time I was like a show in the scene, and like more of like a like it wasn't like a big old like city event type of show, because that Zomboy thing was like city funded and ended at like a decent time. This was like we're bringing a headliner to a venue and like throwing down a show with like 500 people compared to like 3,000 people and like CO2 jets and like big ass like stages and stuff. But anyway, we went, and I met Dev, and Dev is like my father, like my bass father. I love Dev. Dev is so cool. Like he is my like close homie. He gives me like the best advice. He's never been fake to me. He always is like always listening to something and like always giving me feedback, always like being there, like even to not talk about music. Like y'all should definitely check him out. Dev is like, oh my gosh, so sick. Get Dev to Lost Lands 2021. He has a thing where like his whole fan base like got Excision's attention and like is doing this whole like hashtag Get Dev to Lost Lands 2020. And now that Lost Lands is canceled, it's Get Dev to Lost Lands 2021. But yeah, you have to definitely keep him. He's sick. He's a producer as well. He's touring. Like he brought me out to El Paso on tour, and we also went to Albuquerque. But they told me that was a whole other story. I was supposed to play in Albuquerque. They paid for like my transportation and everything there, but the club was 21 plus, and they found out I was 17 and didn't let me play.
Damn,
that's messed up.
And I was in Albuquerque, like not being able to play a show, and it was like a packed crowd, and I was supposed to play direct support for Dev because they put me on his tour for two dates. And so the second stop was Albuquerque, and they were like, "Yeah, PYRO can't play because he's too young." I was like, "What?"
That seriously sucks.
I was like, "Are you serious? That has never, ever, 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 ever happened." Like I've been going to venues since I was 16, and I was like, "That's so dumb. That's bullshit." And so I was even able to sneak into the venue. Like I was able to sneak my way into the venue and see the show, but not play.
That fucking sucks.
But it was lit though, because Dev played my song and like yelled "Shout out PYRO," and like everybody like moved around, and like they took a video of me, and the promoter who's like looking at me, and they're like, look, and then when the song drops and everybody goes crazy, it's like it was sick. So at least my song got played, and yeah, then we had to get because we didn't want to do it. It was really fun. It was really
Yeah, in terms of like Texas and like getting into shows, like how are like at least in LA, a lot of the shows are hard to get into because if you're like a younger EDM fan, right? For Market, you can probably explain it a little bit better than I can in terms of.
Yeah, like LA is kind of notorious for having like age restricted shows. It's like usually it's 21 plus, and you'll have a lot that are 18 plus, but it's almost impossible to find shows that are like all ages. There's like
Yeah.
maybe like one every couple months or something.
Dang.
Yeah, so and
not
you
a lot.
also have the ones that are like 21 plus too, and you'll have like a bunch of people on there that like you really want to see, and the way they promote shit here, at least, like you have to find it through a bunch of different, I don't know, like Live Nation and shit like that. Unless you're like following them on Instagram and they drop the date and like age specifically, most of the time it's probably 18 plus, but
Uh,
sometimes we'll buy a ticket and then find out it's 21 plus like the week of, which fucking sucks. Because currently I'm 19, so
okay.
getting into these shows for 21 plus, like there was a Young Lean show that was supposed to be out here in, like February or March, and it didn't say anywhere that it was 21 plus. I ended up buying a ticket with my buddy. We were like all set to go, and before, I mean, it got canceled, but still.
You didn't know that it was 21 plus.
Yeah, exactly. So I probably would have like went there and
Well,
got turned away.
I'm 17, so I'm any 18 plus, even 18 plus, like I can't like go in. So like most of the time it is 18 plus. It won't be 21 plus unless it's like a really, really, really heavily like drinking type of venue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's kind of like the venue that I was supposed to play at in Albuquerque is called Effects, and it's like 4 stories tall, and there's like 3 or 4 different nightclubs inside that club.
Oh shit.
And so the club that we were playing at was the top one. It was at the very, very top, and it was like a balcony, like rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess and it was like the other clubs were like really, really trippy. Like it was like a lot of like it was just what type of clubs like you're in. You know when you're in like a venue or you're in like a nightclub.
Right.
It was definitely a nightclub until you got to the top. Then when you got to the top, it's all like good vibes and stuff. But I could definitely tell why it was 21 plus. But like over here in Texas, most of the time it's like 18 plus, and if they just tell them like I'm playing or like I'm I don't know, they tell them I'm playing regardless if I'm playing or not. And they just put an X on my head. I mean,
That's what they do.
yeah, right. I mean, I think that's the best thing. I mean, I'm just trying to see the music, man. Like, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
hang out with my friends.
Right.
And so when they give me a hard time, I'm like, really? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's probably rough on the end of the business because they have like permits and shit. And if like someone from like the state comes and they're like they find out that you're actually 17, that place can get fined up the ass for sure.
Yeah, we'll okay. So yes, but in my age, like I've actually had to like look like legally and like go deep and like dig deep into like the laws.
Mm-hmm.
And like legally, as long as I am like not drinking and I'm 17 and my parents like have my parents like sign something and be like, hey, we approve of so and so, like my manager being my temporary guardian for the night, and like that's legal.
Right.
Yeah.
My internet just died, so
Oh crap.
it's okay. I'm trying to get it back online. So hopefully the video will be back up.
Speaking of Dev, I recognize that name somewhere, so I was looking it up right here. And then I actually listened to like one of his live sets in SoundCloud, his EDC one, 2019. Because
Yeah.
I like scour around SoundCloud just looking for like live sets, and I stumbled across his before. That's why I recognized. I was like, Dev, like where did I hear that name? With the 3 too, yeah. So like I listened to one of his live sets.
Yeah, he's a really, really, really good homie of mine. I met him the day I met Blaze. It was pretty crazy. But yeah.
Was he like at one of the art cards or something for like EDC? Like what's
No, he played Corona Beach.
Oh, Corona Beach.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to change that name.
Oh, Yikes! I didn't think about that.
As
All
soon
right.
as I said it, I was like, I mean, it's Corona Electric Beach, but it's because of the beer.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, we just had him do a surprise appearance, I guess, on the podcast. But how did you and Hey come to meet? Because you two are like, um, you two are also like, I guess, both very young for like,
Mhm.
I guess what it is you guys do compared to like
Yeah,
everybody else. So it's like, how is it that like you two got to you know be
yeah,
this
yeah.
close?
Okay, so I met Wilson through Instagram. He messaged me and he was like, "Yo, man, I listened to like a few of your songs and like on SoundCloud and like I thought it was really good work. I can't believe you live in San Antonio too. Um, we should definitely like hop on a FaceTime call and like talk." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm down. That's so sick that someone my age, someone he's him and I are a year apart. He's a year older than me." So I was like, yo, that's sick that someone my age, like a youngin, I guess, is like making music too. So I FaceTime him and he's like, yo, Wilson actually owns um, a company that does entertainment like stuff like for like private events and that type of thing. And he hires other DJs that are part of that company.
Hey, Victor's
And
back. Okay, continue.
okay, so he hires like other DJs that will DJ those events for him. But it's his company, like he'll arrange everything. He owns like the CDJs that the DJs play on and the lights, and he has like trusses and everything like that. He knows how to set that whole thing up. So he was like, I'm doing some dances and I don't have the DJ, but I'm gonna DJ them. If you want, you and I can like just hang out and like just mix together for fun at like high school dances and like they're gonna be like packed. They're gonna be like 300 kids. So like if you want to like jump around on CDJs like on stage with me and just like mess around and have fun, like we can. And I was like, yo, like in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, that's dope. Like that's a cool way to like just like meet someone and hang out with them. So we did that. We like built a whole stage like at this prom and like built like all this types of stuff for like a good 3 weekends in a row. And like that's how we became close. We would just like hang out, make music at his house, and then like at night we would go and set up those dances, DJ the dance, and then go home and hang out and make music. And then I was like, "Yo, do you know who Blaze is?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Dude, you need to check him out. I've been like listening to this guy forever. He's like, there's a scene here, like, but we don't know anything about it, but he knows about it, and he's like, trust me, you need to like mess with Blaze." And so, um, I don't remember exactly how I got Wilson to link up with Austin, but I'm pretty sure it was at a show for like Maxed Out, and Wilson came along and he met Nate of Maxed Out, and we all just hit it off, like me and Wilson and Austin. I met George Toscano and Days Off and um, all types of like homies in Texas, like just by going to shows and like hanging out with them. So me and Wilson would just go to the shows together, um, and that's how I also met another good homie of mine, Martini. Um, he's like like he's like learning. He's like learning how to produce, but he's like a really good DJ. And I met him through Wilson too, just doing the same thing, doing those dances and stuff. And then eventually we would just like start hanging out with Austin, and then we would make like music together, show each other, yo, this is my tune. We would give each other feedback, and then eventually we're like, yo, let's make a tune together. Like let's just all make a track together. And so then we made Soft Shop.
Hmm.
We all like hung out together and we went to Austin's house. This is like way after, like I made a track with Austin Austin is Blaze, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm so used to calling them by their names. So Austin is Blaze.
All good.
Yeah. So Austin is Blaze, and Wilson is Head. So yeah. So me and Austin and Wilson would all just hang out, and Austin had like this acapella for Slop Shop, and it was like he recorded a long time ago. He was like, "Yo, we should like use this or something just for fun and see how it sounds." And I was like, "Yo, what if we made the song about like pigs, like about pigs in a car, like in a lowrider, and like they're getting slopped, like the actual buckets." And I was like, because me and Wilson, we're young, and I was like, "Yo, how are we gonna like advertise this song to our moms?" And so that was like the big thing. And so we were like, "Yo, all right, they're pigs, and we're talking about slop, and we're gonna just make it Slop Shop, and that's what it's gonna be about." And then we like actually like stuck with it. Like we committed with that idea like right then and there. We were like, okay, that's what it's about. We're gonna do like the whole pig aesthetic. We were like, we could draw me and Wilson and Austin as pigs, and we'll do it in a lowrider. And I know it's like such a funny idea, and like it's such a dumb idea, but it worked. And it happened
Yeah, it
to
does.
it happened to be a big song, and I was like, okay, let's run with it. Let's just run with it and just see how it happens. It was fun. It was really fun, just like working with it and like coming up with the ideas and like going through the sketches and like Mason Graham. He goes by Mason Needladder or Needler on Instagram. He's like an amazing artist. He made my logo. He designed a lot of my like. He's designed some artwork for me for Austin. Originally, when we made Flames, we didn't have a label for it, and so he made like exclusive artwork for it. But then it got like on Blaze's Firepower EP, and that's how we signed it. We signed it to Firepower and didn't end up using the artwork. But we were like, yo, you got to work on Slop Shop visuals for us, and so that's how we got like me and Wilson and all them as pigs. So
I mean, that's definitely like something interesting. Like
it is.
it's a good story, but it's also like I mean, in the end, it's a pretty good idea. It's like something that people probably haven't done. So
And so and the reason why it kind of worked is because like we wanted something like we were thinking about hay, and so like hay, and then we thought about like the horse aesthetic and like how he's going for his whole like he has his own story, you know, that he's doing with his hay name and incorporating it with like different like aesthetics and characters and like things to like you can memorize, I guess, and like I guess remember. So he was like, "Yo, we can do like the farm animal thing." I was like, "Okay, that's cool. Run it. Let's do it. I don't want to make like the song about anything else but pigs." And so we were like, "All right, bet." Boom. And so then we're like, "Okay, but next year we gotta have a song about another animal." And so Blaze is like a very funny character. He does not care about like anything. He will make the funniest songs ever. If you just look at at his SoundCloud and like dig deep, he has some funny songs. So it matched his character too and like his vibe. So he was like, "Yo, we gotta do Sheep." And so he recorded the vocals for Sheep, and I don't even know. That song was really fun making too. But we all recorded the vocals. We all made the vocal on that song too. Like the sheep sound effects is like me and Wilson, and like Austin is rapping Blaze, and then all the sound design and stuff was like that was like way more fun than anything. Like getting all of our sounds put together because Wilson has like a very like Wakan like whoop style sound and like a trap almost vibe, and then Austin has like a very like rap and I don't even know how to describe Austin's music. It's like rhythm dubstep, but more like dubstep rhythm than rhythm, I guess, if that makes sense.
Right.
Um, and then I just have my sounds. I guess I don't even know. I make like I have this like digital sound that I've been using a lot, and like I try to stamp it in all my tunes, and we use that one, and we use like all the sounds we made and just put them together, and it was like really cool because we were all sitting with each other. You know, it wasn't like sending stems back and forth in project files. It was like,
Yeah.
let's all sit down together and like work on this tune. And that's how Sheep was made too. We all just went to Austin's house because we all live in San Antonio. So me, Blaze, George Toscano, Days Off, Hey, Martini. We have a good uh, squad out here in San Antonio. I love this thing over here. It's really cool. But yeah, I wanna branch out into LA. I know a few people out there, or not necessarily in LA, but a few people in California. So I think it would be really cool to do something out there music wise.
Yeah. I mean, LA is definitely like a hub when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Of course.
Like it I mean, it's really good for pretty much anything entertainment wise, but yeah, I'd say like kind of. I don't think like a lot of people kind of depend on like a move to LA being like essential for any artist.
Not bad.
Phone.
Yeah, but it wasn't Wilson. It wasn't Hey.
All right. But yeah, it's like a lot of people are, thinking like, oh, I got to move out to LA because it's, it's going to better my career or whatever. And it's like, I don't think moving out to LA is that important.
Right.
I guess it definitely helps. Like you'll get more shows and stuff like that, but it's not the most important thing if you don't already like know what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like if anything, so sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say like if anything, you should probably just like solidify your sound elsewhere and just like have everything ready. And then if you really wanted to come out to LA, just the transition into straight going into shows and stuff would be a lot easier. Because you already have your stuff set up in San Antonio, as in like you already know what type of music you're playing, you already have songs, you already have EPs, like what and shit like that. But people like assume, oh, I'm gonna move out to LA and start doing it here. Hell no.
Right.
Like if you have just the like price for housing is ridiculous, right? So like if you would probably have to find a job here if you're not already on a label or just like rooming with people. And
Right.
Starting stuff up here is probably much harder than it is just coming into it. So,
Oh yeah, I know. A lot of people think that an LA move is gonna be a career maker, and it isn't, because you're gonna be doing the same thing that you would have done anywhere else, and
Yeah.
it's just like it might even be a slower process because
Yeah.
there's so many people that are musicians. There's so many people that are DJs. You know, someone told me. I mean, someone told me that like DJs are like extremely replaceable in LA.
right.
So, you know, you don't want to, and not to say that the scene in LA is not bad or anything. You know, like I'm sure it's not. They're not talking about that, but to try to start something, you know, I'm sure like trying to start and like from like living somewhere else, like I'm gonna move to LA and start there. That's like kind of iffy. I don't think.
No, I definitely. If I were you, I would be down to just come out here and do shows. I wouldn't live here though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I actually Wilson Hay is moving to LA, but he's doing film school.
Right.
He's going to I don't even know, but it's a film school, and he's moving like pretty soon actually, during the summertime. But I think he has a good amount of friends out there in LA in the music scene. So I think that if he just sticks with the right people, you know, he won't get too lost. You know, he'll be in the right direction.
Yeah, I feel like you and Hay would definitely do well. If you like, obviously you don't have to really move out here, but I'd say like if you did, you'd probably be doing a lot better than most people because like you've already built up like a pretty good like thing, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get you. I think, no, I think if I just, I don't know. You just have to settle in, and then if you settle in the right way, it's all about like just the first impression and how you like hit hit the first time. You know, like how you're gonna make your first impression with everyone.
Right.
Definitely.
If,
All right.
yeah, go ahead.
No. You finish up.
I mean, I could just imagine like if the first impression is like I just moved here and like I don't really like understand or like know anyone, like it could just be a little hard, you know. So I
Yeah.
definitely would, like if I were to move out there, I would definitely want to know some people so I'm not just like a stranger to any promoter or any like person, you know. But yeah, LA's
Totally
cool.
good time.
One day I'll be able
Maybe,
to.
yeah. Hell yeah. You'll come out here, we'll get some pizza, have a good time.
Yeah, bro. I'm down. We
Bet.
gotta bring. I
Alright.
mean, Wilson will be down there, so we'll all eat pizza and gang.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah. That'll be good time. All right. I think we're reaching about the end of our episode time here.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you want to, like, any last words you want to give for anybody listening?
I got Tune coming out on Prime Audio later on this summer, and then be tuned for something on Rail Breakers, and then maybe some more Bible stuff. And yeah, that's about it. I'm like working. I've been a little silent on tunes, and I've only dropped one song this year, but I have like 16 in the bank, and like I'm ready to like come in swinging. I'm just making sure that all the plans I create are like, you know, like structured. You know, I want to like come in swinging, but I want to come in swinging the right way with the right people and the right team. You know, so I'm ready. I'm not gonna be silent for that much longer. And that's about it. New music soon.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to go ahead and just plug pretty much all of your socials, everything that you got?
My Instagram and Twitter is at It's Pyro Music, and then my SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/its with no apostrophe, and then minus Pyro minus music.
All right, sick. All of Pyro's. Sorry.
And then my Facebook is just literally I don't really use my artist page, but if you want to look me up and be friends with me, you can look me up at Christian Pyro, and I don't have an H in my name.
All right, sick. Everything, all of Pyro's, links and stuff will be in the description of wherever you're listening to this, except Spotify, because we can't do that. And yeah, everything for the podcast will also be down there. Everything for us individually will be down there. Once again, I'm gonna say it for like the millionth time. We do have a Patreon. Once we hit $100 a month, I will eat a full onion during whatever episode we're recording right after that.
That's sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've already agreed to that, so I have to live it out. All right, anyway, thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Thank you Pyro for coming on.
Hell yeah, man.
And we'll see everybody else in the next episode.
Peace.
Peace, gamers. All right, good episode, boys. Good episode.
Hell yeah.